one word to describe today. Um, Absolute fucking embarrassment. You know, um, you know, big win last week. And you come out today and you laid an egg. Granted, we had injuries. I don't. We can talk about that. We've been having injuries all year long, man. But today was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing, man. We got absolutely destroyed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dismantled. I mean, they put belt to ass to the Carolina Panthers today. Bryce Young couldn't do anything. The offensive line couldn't protect. The defense is absolutely atrocious. Over 500, maybe 600 yards of offense allowed. Couldn't stop the run, something that we've always been able, something that we haven't been able to do all year. Secondary got torched without JC Horn in it today. Everything just fell apart. And that's been the problem. That's been the issue with the Carolina Panthers. You we can't put consecutive games together. We're not there yet. We're not at that point where we can come off of a big win against a playoff caliber team in the Arizona Cardinals, and then you had a chance to play spoiler against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you get destroyed. I mean, it was an absolute shit show out there today. All three units, special team unit was terrible. Shout out to Omar Tillman, man. Shout out to everybody, Vietnam. It was a complete fucking embarrassment all the way around today. Do want to highlight, man, Bryce Young made some elite throws early in the game, but that was about it. That was about it. Nothing else really stood out about the Panthers today. Yep. Uh, y'all already know what time it is, man. Final two segments of the season. We are down to the final two segments of the regular season. Life is Just a Wave podcast, man, live after every Panthers game, every Sunday. I've kept my word to that, guys. I do got a lot of shit in the works. We are going to be putting out more content for the masses. So just continue to be patient with the boy. No Chuba, no defense. Listen, all of that stuff was relevant today. Obviously, Chuba Hubbard not being there, you're not able to control the tempo of the fucking game. But I mean, how bad is Xavier Legette? Like how bad is this dude, bro? Like I honestly say, and if you watched the Bengals game yesterday, anytime that Adam Thielen is your number one wide receiver, your wide receiver room is in a bad fucking spot. It's in a bad fucking spot. Like, guys, Adam Thielen is 100 years old and he's our best weapon that we have on offense. That's not good. That's not good. Xavier Legette is just not it for me. I honestly, guys, the Panthers have done so bad with drafting wide receivers as of late. Like, I don't even trust the Panthers to draft another wide receiver. I don't even trust the Panthers to draft another fucking wide receiver. I don't. You got to go pay a wide receiver. And there's one wide receiver in particular who, as a number two wide receiver, has 7 or 8 touchdowns on the season and having a hell of a year. You got to go pay him big fucking money. You just got to. Bryce needs a fucking wide receiver, man. He needs one. You got to go and get T. Higgins. I don't give a fuck what he wants. I don't care how much money that he's asking for. You better go and fucking pay that man to come to Carolina. I don't care what you got to pay him. 150 fucking million. I don't give a damn. You need a wide receiver. You do not have any weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Coker has a bright future here. He's going to be a solid piece, but you need somebody fucking that can go and get the damn ball, man. Adam Thielen should not be still getting open at his age and still be playing number one wide receiver duties. That is terrible. We don't care about it. Listen, Higgins missed 5 games this season. Okay, so what? He's been healthy the rest of the way. He missed 5 games. The injury prone shit, fuck all of that. You can't even worry about that. You got to go pay the money to go get somebody. You have to. You fucking have to. Because the wide receiving core has failed. I'm telling you, they have failed. The Panthers have failed at building a solid wide receiving group. They built at it. Like you have to do it. I don't want to hear anybody talking about, hey, Wavez, we may not have the money for T. Higgins. He may not want to come here. Force him to come here. Offer him a deal that nobody else is going to offer him out there in the free market. You need a number 1 wide receiver for Bryce Young. You need it. Because again, there's no big playability at the wide receiver position. You don't have it. You don't have it. And for those that are saying that we got away from the run game today, listen, the score didn't allow us. Man, we got down big early. We got like literally, guys, today was an ass whooping. I feel like today set us back to early season. Like we got destroyed, man. Like they put belt to ass to the Panthers. They dominated every phase of the game. We couldn't do anything. Anything. This was a fucking shellacking. Like this was belt to fucking ass today to remind the Panthers that they are still far away from being where they need to be, man, to be able to compete at a high level. They are. We still got some fucking work to do. The good thing about it is the Jaguars won today. The Giants won today, which cost me my fucking parlay. I don't even understand why they're fucking trying to win. You have the number 1 pick secured and locked in. Now you're not at the number 1 pick anymore. The fucking Giants cost me my goddamn parlay today, costing me money because they decided that they wanted to fucking ball out. That shit pisses me off. I cannot stand the NFL, man, and how this shit works. Like, I don't understand. Why would you even endanger your draft fucking position to try to win a game with its week 17 and your season is already lost? You're guaranteed the number 1 overall pick. That logic will never, ever make sense to me. I don't care about these guys being professionals. You ain't trying to tank. Fuck that, bro. It's the last 2 weeks of the damn season. You already know that it's all over. Just your goal at this point is to get out the season healthy. That's it. And don't fuck up your draft position. The Raiders won today as well. So the Panthers, I can't wait to see when it comes out to see where we're at today because 3 of the top 5 teams got win today. 3 of the top 5 draft picks got wins. So I really don't know where the fuck the Panthers are going to end up. So what picks are we now? That's what I'm saying. I have to see it. I don't know if it came out yet. Let me see where we're at now, man. After that, Malik Neighbors balled the fuck out today. I had him on the bench in my fantasy championship. The Patriots now have the number 1 overall pick. The New England Patriots own the number 1 overall pick right now. Number 1. And if they're picking number 1, you already know where they're going. Travis Hunter. If the Patriots continue to have the number 1 pick over next week, which I don't expect them to win next week, because if they were smart, they wouldn't, right? The Patriots are going Travis Hunter, number 1 overall. Number 1 overall. Even though Colorado got their ass beat yesterday, Travis Hunter still showed you in that fucking game why he's the best player in the world. He still showed y'all that yesterday. And that shit about he can't play wide receiver, I don't want to hear that shit. He's going to play both. The Patriots own the number 1 overall wide pick in the draft as of today. So you're sitting here, right? And I'm looking at the Carolina Panthers. Let's start talking about where we are. Let's say we're in the top 5, right? At this particular point in time. If that's where we finish. I have yet to see where the Panthers are. Let me see it. I'm trying to find it right quick. The Panthers currently would pick 7th in the 2025 draft with 4 teams at 3 wins. It would seem unlikely they could get too much higher. Right now, the Panthers are sitting at the 7th overall pick in the draft. Number 7. Seventh pick in the draft. So if we're at 5, we have to go Graham or Carter. Abdul. I think you got to go. You got to go Abdul from Penn State. I think that's what the Panthers are going to have to do. You're going to have to go Abdul from Penn State, or maybe trade back to try to get more picks with a team that's quarterback desperate, right? Maybe you do that. Maybe you trade back in the first round to try to get, multiple, first round picks to a team that's desperate to trade up. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's going to be a lot of teams looking to get quarterbacks in this upcoming offseason. There's a lot of teams that are going to be looking to get quarterbacks in this upcoming offseason, right? You have to think. You would really have to think, as injury prone as Derek Carr has been since he's been in New Orleans. The Saints may be trying to go Desmond Ridder, or Rattler, Spencer Rattler. He's not it. Uncle Quan says, I want Carter. Give me Abdul from Penn State. And I think that he's going to show you in this game on New Year's Day why he deserves to be arguably the first defensive player. Give me Abdul, man. He's Michael Parsons 2.0. You can switch him between linebacker and edge rusher. Give me Abdul. And if you don't give me Abdul, give me Will Johnson, the corner. You need cornerback play, man. Our corners, our secondary is trash. It is absolute fucking trash. I'm about to drop the link, man, out there for anybody pulling up to the fucking show. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Panthers get destroyed. This is one of the a true disruptor and literally the full package. Exactly what I'm saying. What's good, Everyday Gaming? What's up, Anthony Brown? What's up to everybody, man? Y'all already week 17. Panthers get absolutely obliterated, 48-14. Defense gave up over 600 yards of offense today. Couldn't stop anything at all. Couldn't stop it. We couldn't stop shit today, man, on the defensive side of the ball. Listen, Baker Mayfield was out there fucking dealing. He was dealing, man. He was dealing. We didn't have anybody, no answer for Mike Evans, no answer for him at all. We let a backup tight end, and what's his name, Durham, a no-name motherfucker, come out and score 2 touchdowns on us. Bucky Irvin, over 100 fucking yards rushing again, can't stop the run. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line has gotten shredded the last couple weeks. Like literally, if you think about it, man, the offensive line has been slowly leaking the last couple of weeks of the season. They've been leaking. They've been leaking. And today they got destroyed, man. Like the offensive line couldn't protect at all. Wide receivers, again, Xavier Legette. He's going to be a solid number 2 or number 3 option in Carolina. He's not the number 1 receiver that we drafted him to be. He's not. Oh, Wavez, it's too early to see it. Guys, I'm already seeing it. It's not there. He doesn't have the dog. He's missing the dog. For a wide receiver of his size and his athletic ability, he should be a dog. I don't see him attack the ball. Xavier Legette doesn't attack the ball like an A.J. Brown and bigger wide receivers do. He doesn't do that. He tries to let the ball come to him, and it bounces off of his fucking hands and chest every time. He doesn't attack the ball. That's not what he is. He's not the number 1 wide receiver for Carolina. We missed on that. Okay? We missed on that. That has been something that the Panthers have not really been able to do since Steve. Guys, let's keep it honest. Let's be all the way real. We haven't had a dominant wide receiver in Carolina since Steve Smith. Even in our best years, even in 2015 when we went to the Super Bowl, Ted Ginn Jr. was our number one wide receiver. On any other team in the NFL, he would have been a number 3, number 4 wide receiver. That was our best season, 15-1, Super Bowl appearance. It was Ted Ginn Jr. We have not had a true dominant number 1 wide receiver. We missed on Kelvin Benjamin. He had a good first 2 years. Then the spotlight was too big for him. You missed on him. You've missed on Dwayne Jarrett. That's even further back. You've missed on Terrace Marshall Jr., who you took in the 3rd round. I mean, like, guys, like we can't hit on wide receiver at all. Like, it's just, I don't understand why we can't. We cannot develop wide receiver talent. I just don't get it about the Panthers. We can get good tight ends. We can even draft solid running backs, right? But the areas that we're trash in at drafting as of late in the last 10 years has been O-line and at wide receiver. We just haven't done good at that, man. Like we those are two things that it has to be better. Like we've spent we haven't been able to get it wide receivers. They fed. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like seriously, bro. You have not been able to draft a wide out. And like it's sickening to me because we've wasted a lot of high picks on wide receivers. Instead, we should have just went to the fucking free agency. What's up, Uncle Bryce? Bryce played horrible in the second half. We knew the defense was going to be sorry. Forget about DJ Moore. I mean, DJ Moore. I give you DJ Moore. I think we hit on we did do DJ Moore. DJ Moore was a good pick, but again, he's no longer with the team. Like he's not even with the team anymore. So I mean, it just have not been. But even with DJ, like DJ wasn't really like dominant. I don't think DJ Moore has never been top 5 at his position. Like seriously, even in DJ's probably best season in Carolina, he probably wasn't even top 10 wide receiver at his position in Carolina. Like when he played in Carolina, he was a good wide receiver by the Panthers standards. But I'm talking about Hall of Fame level type wide receivers, top 5 wide receivers that literally is no question about that. Wavez, what's good, my boy? MDJ, what's good with it, man? What's up with everybody? Guys, the link is out there, man. Anybody that wants to pull up to the channel, I really don't have too much to fucking say, man. Today was belt to ass. It was 100% belt to ass today. Like, seriously, it was 100% belt to ass. Belt to ass today. We need our Megatron. Yeah, I mean, we need it. Yeah, DJ problem was we had no QB. I mean, yeah, I can. That's a fair statement. That's fair. I think that's fair. To say he didn't really have great quarterback play, but neither did DeAndre Hopkins. Think about how many quarterbacks he had in Houston before they actually drafted Deshaun Watson. Think about that. Then he goes to Tennessee. They really don't have quarterback there. Wavez, I didn't know you still was on YouTube, Relax and Talk Sport. Oh yeah, man. I'm still on YouTube, bro. Still on here, man. That's look, guys, life doesn't allow me to do more. I want to do more, but life ain't lifing right now. I got a whole bunch of shit going on, man, outside of YouTube. And honestly, I can't dedicate the time that I need to dedicate to really be putting out a ton of content right now. It's just not possible. But what I am working on in 2025 is to carve out more time for it. I'm definitely trying my hardest to carve out more time to put out more content because, again, y'all deserve more content, man. Y'all support the fuck out of me, man. I need to be giving y'all more content. We are going to be doing some, once the draft order is finalized, we will do some live mock drafts. We will do some free agent talk, some conversation around the Panthers offseason. obviously any big news that drop out during the offseason of how this team is actually headed towards the future, there's some things, man, that we're really going to have to address. Really going to have to address. Really going to have to address, man. We got my boy Uncle Quan in the building.
Yo, what's going on, Wavez? Appreciate you bringing me up, man.
It was belt to ass today, Quan.
Hey, belt to ass is a perfect explanation of this game, man. We got out coached, bro. It was bad. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna say from the start because obviously, you know what I'm saying, we got scored on the first drive and then we fought back, you know what I'm saying? That scripted drive, it resulted in a touchdown. But after that, man, they went away from the run and it just got away, bro. Like defense couldn't stop shit. I mean, they scored every damn drive. I think they punted once. But I mean, it was just bad, man. We got out coached. Canales again, he refused to establish the run. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody gonna pin it on Bryce, man. Everybody gonna say it's Bryce's fault, man. But I mean, honestly, I don't think this game is on Bryce necessarily. He had 2 touchdowns, did what he could. You talked about the weapons ways. I mean, what can you do when your number one is an old, you know what I'm saying, wide receiver leading the receivers, man? I mean, ain't nobody else stepping up. Xavier Legette dropping the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't shit.
I'm sick of him, man. I really am sick of Legette, bro.
Every week. Every week. Man. But I don't know, man. Like you said, bro, belt to ass was a perfect way to describe this game, man. It was just bad from the start. I ain't gonna hold you. My expectations been low with this team. I ain't really expect too much, man. But I ain't gonna hold you. I've been kind of getting a little bit spoiled with seeing us
the last couple of weeks.
You know what I'm saying? Like we at least been competing and giving me the illusion of thinking we can, you know what I'm saying, at least keep up. But it's been up and down. Like seeing the Dallas game, we got blown out, then we beat the Cardinals, then we come back and get blown out.
Get blown out again.
We got to establish some type of consistency, man. I know we're dealing with a first-year head coach, but regardless, man, like it's got to be some type of fight back from this team, man. I'm tired of seeing the same shit, bro.
I think the part that bothers me the most, Quan, about where we at right now as a team, man, is that we still have like 100 questions to answer.
A lot, bro.
Like that's the part that's bothering me about where we are right now as a team, and like I don't even think I'm even having restrictions about going into next year, right? Like because again, if you really think about it, we're not going to be able to address all of this in one offseason. Number one,
too many, man.
We don't have a ton of cap space. I think they were saying the Panthers is predicted to have like what 22 million or something like that. It was somewhere in the range of that, 30 to 22 million going into to the offseason. I mean, and if you're going to probably have to cut Xavier Woods to save some money. You need to find a way to get Miles Sanders off the books. Jadeveon Clowney, you're probably going to have to let him walk too because you just don't have the resources right now to really make like a lot of moves. And you're sitting with the seventh pick, and you do have. So I'm looking at this like, man, right now, the draft is really how we're going to have to try to get better, and it's still going to take time. Man, the offensive line looked bad today. Like they were struggling, bro. They couldn't.
They don't regress, man.
They have.
They regressed. Like I know Taylor Moton. I know it was Taylor Moton that was hurt today, but other than that, I think everybody else was over there. But it's been looking bad, man. I mean, they got in Bryce's face literally when he was snapping the ball. I know they was dialing up pressure. It was some nice little stunts and shit like that. I'm gonna give them to him, but at the same time, our offensive line did not hold up, man. It was bad. They had their way, and when you can win from the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, you guaranteed you're gonna win the game. That's what happened today, man. It was just belt to ass from the start.
And you know, man, and Bryce made some pretty good throws today, man. The touchdown that he threw to Thielen. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're pretty much at the end of the season. Listen, Bryce is our quarterback of the future, right? He's our quarterback of the future, but we're gonna have to. I was watching today, man, and I'm so envious of like all these other teams, bro, because I'm sitting there watching today. Bro, I'm envious as fuck of like these other teams, bro. Like I'm sitting there watching the Eagles today. They were on their third string quarterback today and still was able to score points.
Still got off.
And still got off, bro. Because they have so many weapons, dog. Like they have weapons. You got to go get a AJ Brown. You got to draft a Devontae Smith. You got to go pay a Saquon Barkley. Like that's what you have to do in order to be a contender, man. And like, and here's the thing, like, you can't be what the Panthers have been doing these last couple of all seasons, bringing in these 1 or 2 tier fucking free agents.
Band-Aid
These guys
pieces.
not gonna get it done.
Band-Aid pieces, man. That's all it is, man. Just journeymen and practice squad players. You can't do nothing with that, man. Like, I was looking at this defense, Wavez, and I realized, like, I know we got a lot of injuries, but I was like really looking at this defense. Every time I saw somebody on the screen, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Who is that? Niggas from
number
practice squad.
I don't even know who number 57 was, and he was balling out.
He was, yeah. Shout out to Wooten, man. Like, I think his name was something Wooten.
Yeah, never even heard of him.
He was balling, but like that's the point though. You mentioned the Eagles, man, and the Eagles, they built that shit through the draft over years. Like, they got Jalen Hurts out of the draft. They got fucking Devontae Smith out of the draft. They got Jalen Carter out of the draft. Like, they always had multiple first round picks because they ain't moving around their pieces. They was smart over time. But what we doing is bringing in like these temporary pieces, trying to expect like a fix, knowing damn well this ain't gonna get us by the hump, man. Like, so we're gonna have to build this thing out through the draft, and then free agency is gonna be limited because obviously our cap space so low. But we're gonna have to stop bullshitting around like with the shopping and the free agency, man. We're gonna have to actually spend the bag whenever we can. Cause like I got T. Higgins, he ain't gonna come here on no cheap deal.
Nah, hell no. You gonna have to pay him.
Facts.
We got Christian in the building. Christian, make sense.
What's going on, man?
I mean, we just got beat, today. I mean, we got beat on all facets of the game. I think we had some missed opportunities on offense, where we went away from the run. But I'm not gonna blame Dave Canales for this because
that's a game script.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this game, I'm not blaming Dave because he had a lot not riding for him today. I mean, it's some things he could have fixed, but I'm not finna blame him today because you can't blame him today. This not on him. I think it's irresponsible to blame him for today. I mean, Bryce did a solid job. He had an overthrown ball that he had to Adam Thielen on that convert for, I think, a second one. Excel to me, oh man, he kind of, I know he a rookie, but I'm sorry, when you pick a guy in the first round like that, you that means you need that guy to produce. I know there's just certain positions I need to produce because Coker shouldn't be out playing you. That it makes me upset, but that's another day. But defensively, we knew what we were defensively. I think the defense early on had got some stops in some key moments, but we didn't do nothing to on offense to basically take away from that. So, because sometimes the defense today, that even though they played really bad,
they got killed, bro.
The
defense got shredded, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Baker threw 5 touchdowns on our ass, dog. 5 TDs.
They did, but they did make some.
The safety play is horrible in Carolina too, bro. It's
man,
like outside of the corners, the safeties are no good. They are no good at all. Xavier Woods and whoever the fuck else is beside him, because I don't even know anymore. It was a fucking shit show.
Terrible. Man, look, I'm about to say, bro, I kind of disagree with you when you said Canales is not to blame. I totally disagree, and I say this because
this is weird.
He did not establish balanced offense. Like the offense, what worked so well the first drive, we switched it up. It was run, play action, run, take a shot down the field. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we went pass, 3 and out. That's when you went away from the run game, you literally gave the game away. You know your defense is struggling. You know you need to milk the clock, keep the defense off the field, man. They struggling. So when you went away from the run game, you stopped the clock and you went 3 and out and you kept giving them the ball back to them. And then later in the game, we're getting our ass whooped. We want to go back to the run game and we getting 7 a pop, 5 a pop. You know what I'm saying? 3. And I'm like, yo, why didn't you start out with this shit? That's all Tampa Bay was doing. They was running the ball up the gut and going play action. Nothing special. It was just play action and run game because they established the run. We did not do that, man. I think Canales is to blame for that one, man.
I mean, I listen, y'all know, man, I actually like David Canales. I haven't said that about
I do too, man. I do.
A Panthers coach in a long time, but you got to remember, man. This is a man. This is a man that's trying to serve dinner with a Dollar Tree cooking set. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, there's only so much that you can do, especially when you get down big early like we did, man. I think it was like what 27-7 heading into the halftime. Like
No, it was
game.
27-14, but because our
He
trash
missed.
ass kicker, he missed.
Oh yeah, Eddie Pinero's gone too,
Oh
man.
my God, we
Since
should
he
have went with
came
the
back,
thicker
listen.
kicker.
Since he's come back from injury, he has not been the same kicker at all.
Man, he was
He
trash in the
hasn't been the
off
same kicker
season.
at all. Like he hasn't before. Because listen, he was actually doing pretty good this season, the first half of the year. But when he came back from injury, man, he hasn't been the same kicker at all. And listen, I can't even get mad at him because kickers across the NFL this season have been terrible. It ain't even just the Panthers kicker,
Justin Tucker included, man.
right? But we got Nigga Nation in the building. Nigga Nation is in the building.
Nigga Nation,
What's
Nigga
going on,
Nation,
Nigga
all
Nation?
my Nigga Nation, natural, intellectual, goal-getting achievers is in the building. Nigga Nation, how we doing?
What's up, Nigga Nation? Belt to ass today.
Yeah, we got killed, man. It all starts with the offensive line. You didn't have Moton. I didn't see Brady Christensen out there for some odd reason. I don't know why Caden Mays constantly keeps false starting, and you're the fucking center.
He the center.
Bro,
Like,
that's my
nice.
point. He the center. How you
He-
false start? You the damn center.
He's the center.
Big facts.
We want to talk about establishing a run. You can't establish a run with no names. I mean, Blackshear is terrible.
Yeah, he was terrible.
The other guy
Boone was
terrible.
decent though. Boone was getting them little 5 yards, bro. You don't need to be
that
cute
was-
with the run game.
But we looking for
Mm.
consistency. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we didn't have that. Again, you got Adam Thielen. I appreciate him. As old as he is, he's killing them young motherfuckers. We have to invest into the wide receiver room. Leggett, I'm sorry, bro. I'm tired of your country ass. Take your ass out there in the field, run some goddamn ins and outs, deep balls, and all the above, and catch the damn balls all fucking summer.
Bro,
I'm so pause. Yeah. I'm so tired of him. Straight up. This is what I'm saying. Bryce Young is going into year 3 next year. You got to start putting talent around this man. Or he's going to be another Cam where he got to do everything all for himself, or he only got one person that can help him do the other job. You got to sit here and figure out what you're going to do in the running back room. You got Brooks that we're probably not going to see till 2026. You got Sanders. We don't know what the fuck going on with him. And we got Chuba. Who's going to help Chuba run next year? You got to look at that. You got to get the tight ends involved. When are you going to throw to Sanders? He was balling at the beginning of the year. Ever since he got the injury with the neck, you decided you want to keep him out of it. We got, and my God, this offseason, if we do not get Ian Thomas off these fucking books, I'm going to be pissed off. He's still on these books, but he's nowhere to be found. That's a goddamn shit show. You got to get these dead weight folks out of here, and you got to start going. You got to swing big. Fuck it. I wouldn't be mad if you say, fuck it, I'm going to give me a top 10 wide receiver. And then I'm going to dip back into the first round and give me a good defensive end or a defensive line. But you got to start swinging, bro. Just like the Eagles. Bro, they went to go get AJ. They went to go get them a top wide receiver in Smith. You got to start swinging, dog. You got to. Because at the end of the day, if you don't put no talent on this team, we're still going to be a goddamn shit show. You can't keep putting practice squad on top of practice squad. And that's just simple as that.
I agree with that, Nigga Nation. I do have a question for you. Do you feel like at the beginning of the game that the defense did kind of make some plays, but on offense, we did not do our job?
Not at all. Not at all.
What I looked at is the defense is still a shit show, and Canales is good at running script plays. If you look at how he called plays, hey, he's a motherfucking fool first quarter. Hell, as soon as we get the ball, he gonna drive it down there. Then after that, he don't know what else to fucking do. It's like it's in a deer in the headlights. And then next thing you know, the whole team is a goddamn shit show. I'm telling you right now, I don't believe in Canales. I appreciate what he's doing for Bryce Young, but at the end of the day, I don't believe in him. I appreciate him getting me 4 wins this year. We have an opportunity to get 5 wins. I appreciate that. I still don't like this man. Hold motherfuckers accountable, and it starts with that defensive coordinator.
We got Big Bro in the building. Big Bro, thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna start with this. Listen, defense gave up, I think 530
Hey,
some yards. I believe
hey, y'all hold it
536.
down for a second. I got to step away for a second. Y'all hold it down for me
Yeah,
right
go
quick.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm sick of
Uh,
this shit.
But yeah, 536 defense gave up. I mean, man, you can't give that up respect to be in the game. I mean, 500 some yards in the NFL, it's gonna be ugly. You know, going to the block punt, they was able to rush four guys and to get a block punt, which I don't know how the fuck that happened. Um, when we got more than they sending, and they was able to block the point. A lot of no name guys like nigga talk about that played today. That let's just be honest, man. These guys that we're seeing on our defense, they wouldn't be no starters nowhere else. Just in the NFL on any competitive team. So, ain't much you can expect from that, with the defense. Thought Bryce played well, man, with what's in front of him. We had no run game. Chuba Hubbard being out, that hurt our team tremendously today because we cannot get the run. That Blackshear, I'm sorry, he couldn't do anything, today.
Trash.
Yep. So, I mean,
And Mike
that showed us
Boone.
a lot. So Bryce had to sit back there and throw it for 30, 40 times, which again, that's not who we are. When we can establish the run game and Bryce makes some plays when he have to, that's how the Panthers win. So today, the game got away early. The defense could not get off the field, man, at all. I mean, the Bucs, everything literally that they did, it worked today. Made Baker Mayfield look like a Hall of Fame quarterback. Um, I mean, so yeah. I mean, it was ugly today. One game left, fellas. Like niggas said, we got to build around Bryce Young. We got to again, Jake Coker and Allen Thielen can't be your best two receivers. It just can't.
That's how I said.
We can't have that. I mean, you can't win in the NFL with those two guys being your best receivers. Leggett, another disappointing day for me, man. I mean, this guy honestly. I was telling the guy offline this earlier. He, I'm going back and regrading his draft stock, man. Leggett really should have been about a fourth, fifth round pick at best.
yeah,
I said this. I said
You
that he
know,
should have been a third
yeah,
round pick.
yeah,
I
he's
yeah,
said
not.
that,
He's
man.
not number one, number two. I mean, the guy if he don't get this offseason and work his ass off on his hand. Again, one thing about playing receiver, you got to be able to catch the damn ball. I mean,
got to.
you got to be able to catch the ball. Like, and this guy cannot catch the ball. So
Hey,
I'm
what
gonna be
good?
another thing Wade said is that Carolina Panthers just can't pick a wide receiver to save their motherfucking
That's
ass.
what I said,
They
bro.
just
Just
can't.
Yeah,
They
just
just
go
can't do
trade
it.
from one. I'm
They
trading
can't.
We keep trading in, we keep trading out, and we still can't
Yeah.
fucking hit. That's a problem.
yeah. We've missed on receivers like a motherfucker these last few drafts,
And
And
two
then
man.
of
I
them
mean,
was right
and
there
then and
too.
then if you sit here and see players progress like Brandon LaFell, why didn't you re-sign him 3 years, 15 mil? You mean to tell me you couldn't sign that man? You
That
see
was
him.
actually a good point, man. LaFell was solid. He was a solid
LaFell was
He
slot.
was,
solid.
man.
He was
yeah,
solid.
he was a solid. Yeah, he was solid. He was definitely a solid receiver for us, man.
Yeah, he was
He
solid.
was
He
good
wasn't. He
for us.
wasn't the
Yeah,
best, but he was solid.
yeah. He could damn catch
Bro,
the ball.
what is that? They had this one white boy. I can't think of what his name was. He was getting open. I'm like, damn, what happened to him? It
Yeah,
was
man.
early in the season.
Like,
What the hell happened to him?
but another thing that stood out to me today, though, man. And again, I know we didn't have Taylor Moton out there on the offensive line, man. But
Or
man,
Brady
Bryce got.
Christian, which was weird.
Yeah, I'm not understanding that either, man. But
I
Bryce got
think he
sacked five
was
times today.
injured.
You
Oh
know,
yeah,
he
he
he,
was under duress. He was
he
under
was under
duress all
duress,
day.
man. 5 times he went down. Um,
Hey,
but
but what you see,
Yes, hey, 77 got killed on that edge.
but he stayed in that pocket and he threw that ball when he
But
could.
one of them was on Bryce because he slipped and then he slipped. So
Yeah, that one he slipped
four,
and fit. That
yeah,
was the field.
four of them were on the offensive line. One of them was not. That was on Bryce.
He
Hey,
slipped and fell.
but do you see what happens when if you put talent around? I mean, do you see that 40-yard pass?
Oh yeah,
Put
yeah.
some talent around him.
Hey, nigga nation, I ain't see it because I've never seen Bryce throw it that deep before.
That shit was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Nah,
Fucking
that was
Yeah.
beautiful.
perfect, man. Listen. He been
You know,
making high
that's
caliber
what they
throws.
say, man. I couldn't believe that was the first time I ever saw him do it.
He
But
been making high caliber throws, man, over these
he
past.
has.
I'm telling you, I told
He
Wade this
has.
offline. I've been saying it. If you go back and watch the film on Bryce, just his throws, even in the misses, he been making high level NFL throws, man. I'm telling you,
Hell,
that's high
you probably
talent level
would have seen a couple more
throws.
Leggett sorry ass thing drop the motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Oh my
I'm telling you,
gosh.
the ball placement has been crucial for Bryce these last few weeks. He's been
But
putting the ball in places where only the receiver can get it, man. I'm telling you.
Thanks. He
The
been
guy,
ripping that shit, man. Facts.
right.
He
yeah.
have that deep ball to Adam Thielen, man. That was one of the best deep balls I done seen. Like that, he threw that shit on the fucking money. And like I said,
Bro,
man, he's our
in the
quarterback of the
bucket.
future, guys. But we got to put more around him, though, man.
Yeah.
Like
We got to put it around him.
like
Got to.
we have to. It's just no game changers. You don't have any game changers on the offensive side of the ball. There's no game changer plays. And then defensively, guys, listen. Right now, we're sitting with the 7th pick in the draft. You know, because again, 3 of the top 5.
We got to go defense.
The New England Patriots hold the number 1 overall pick. If it stays like that, which I think it will, they're going Travis Hunter number 1 overall.
I'm gonna tell you why they're not going.
They're going Travis Hunter number 1 overall.
Yeah.
They definitely are.
Yeah, they need they got their quarterback, so they got it. They need defensive and wide receiver help. So
they do.
Travis Hunter, he's not coming in the draft as wide receiver. He's coming out as cornerback.
They need corners though.
Still, yeah.
Either one.
No matter what he comes out as,
I'm gonna tell you.
They still gonna take
something that's been saying. They're going to trade back if they get number 1. Those teams are trading back.
I don't think so. I don't think that they're trading back.
Will they trade back if they get them? I don't know, man.
They trading back, and I'm gonna tell you why they trading back. Because who is their coach, and what is their? You got to know what the personnel is. That's why I'm trying to tell you. Gerard Mayo is a defensive coach. They're going to trade back, and they're going to probably take that guy from Arizona. They're going to get because he needs wide receiver weapons. Yes, they need wide receiver weapons.
Or I can't pronounce. I don't know what his name is. Something like that.
Yeah, they don't get T. Higgins. They're definitely taking the Arizona and trading back. So that's why I said it all depends what T. Higgins does with them.
I don't know, man. I still think that if they got the number 1 pick,
I think they're
Hunter is there.
Yeah.
Again, because you can use him at wide receiver, and you can he's the best player in the draft, guys. Let's not,
I'm with you, but
so I just don't see them trading back because again, they're a bad team, just like us. They're a bad team, right?
They are.
They need the best player of if Travis Hunter is sitting there, and unless they get like a deal that's where they just got a deal they can't refuse from a team,
the Giants.
I'm just saying, depending whoever, it don't matter who it is, if they get a trade that they can't, I can see them trade. But if they don't get one of them type of deals, then no, they're gonna draft them.
You talking about fumbling the bag? The new draft order is out right now, heading into 4:00 game.
That's what I'm trying to
tell you. The Patriots have the number 1 draft pick.
Yes.
The Titans have number 2. They're going quarterback. I'm telling you right now, if the Titans finish number 2, they're going quarterback. Will Levis is not the answer, and if they don't go quarterback,
thank you.
Yeah, Will Levis is not the answer in Tennessee. If the Titans stay at number 2, they're going Cam Ward, or they may go Shador. I'm telling you.
See, you just answered me, Wavez. That's why I said that's why going to my point. That's why I said.
And the Giants at number 3.
Back.
Yes. The Giants are at number 3. The Browns are at 4, and the Jaguars are at 5. Jets at 6. We're at 7, and the Vegas Raiders have went all the way back to 8. They've gone all the way back to 8. If they can't get one of the top quarterbacks, they're going to get Sam Darnold. They need a quarterback bad. Brock Bowers, listen. Brock Bowers is the truth. He is the fucking truth. He broke the record today, man. He broke Mike Dick's record for a tight end. He also broke the record for receiving yards for a tight end in the rookie season and receptions. Brock Bowers he's probably going to be the best tight end in the NFL, man.
Yeah, he's going to be a legend, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker is the truth, bro. Like, he's always open. It's bad. Listen, the Raiders have nothing but him. They don't have no quarterback, and that motherfucker is always open. Always open.
But wait, you see what I said though? The Pats are going to trade back because where are the Giants at? Number 3. They want to take Cam Ward. That's what they want. Because the Titans ain't taking Shador. They ain't taking him.
I'm gonna say it like this: the draft has been shaking the fuck up. I think Travis Hunter. Listen, if we're sitting at number 7, if I'm Carolina and who I'm picking at that point, it's 2 picks because we need both bad and they're defensive picks. Honestly, I'm not even spending like any of my top 3 selections on offense. It's all
Big
defensive
facts.
players. So if I'm sitting at 7, if Abdul is there from Penn State, the linebacker DN hybrid, Michael Parsons 2.0, if he's there, I'm taking him. You need an edge rusher in Carolina. You
All
need
right,
that bad.
so are you banking on him to get you 8 sacks his rookie year? Are you banking on that?
I mean, 8 sacks. If he gets 8 sacks his rookie season, he's in conversation for defensive rookie of the year.
But
Yeah, Will
top
Anderson
10
had
like
what,
that,
7.5?
drafting a top 10 like that, will he produce 8 to 10 sacks this season as a defensive end? Will he produce that?
Do I know he will produce that? I don't know that. But I do feel like that he's a piece that you can build around. You put him on the edge with Derek Brown coming back from injury next year. You spend some later draft picks on some linebackers. And again, that's my thinking into it. I'm building the defense inside out. That's what I'm doing. But if he's not available there because he could get snatched up, and I think that if he has a big game on New Year's Day, because I think Penn State, who do they play? I think they play Georgia.
Yes.
If he has a big day against Georgia, he's going to make his draft stock skyrocket, right? But if you don't do that, you got to go get Will Johnson from Michigan. You need corner, man. You need a fucking corner opposite of J.C. Horn. And on top of that, remember, you have to pay J.C. Horn. He's not even no lock. You got to pay him money. So that's what I'm saying. And you don't have a ton of cap space. You really don't. You're gonna have
There's
to.
no such thing as cap space. We all know that. We got the.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true, Waves, because if they sign JC, they can push the money back, and they can push money back for players that. This is why I said a long time ago. This is why I said a long time
what's
ago.
up with it?
It don't matter.
Yeah,
I done seen the one clear $100 million debt.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, CLT.
Y'all asking was this year's 5th-year option or next year's 5th-year option for JC? I know we signed it.
This year.
This year was his 5th-year option,
wasn't
wasn't it?
He got one more. He got one more year.
I think next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you got to go ahead and lock him up, though, man.
I wouldn't even let him get to his 5th-year option. Now is the reason why you sign him now is sign him and push the money back so you can spread the cap out. That's what you do because we're going to have, trust me, we're going to have cap space to sign people this year. Trust me. They're going to push money back for players that we think are going to stay here. It's going to work with Dan Canal. With Dan Morgan. He's going to do the right thing and push that money
CLT.
back. Man, me personally, man, I'm pushing the cap space on the table for T. Higgins and drafting defense.
You got to.
I like that CLT.
You got to. I feel like it's no choice at this point. Like, but again, how do y'all feel about Will Johnson there at 7? Like, I listen. To me, the secondary is terrible too. It's not good. The secondary is not good.
It's defense, man. And you get the best available at defense, regardless, man.
Right.
I think we can get a better corner in the second, and I think we can get that corner from Syracuse because I think we can get him in the second.
Nah, see, that's the thing. We got to stop goddamn having that mindset thinking we go hit on somebody. Motherfucker, go all in. Go on who has the highest.
I would go Mason Graham. Or the guy, I would go Mason Graham. That's just me personally. If we're gonna draft
Graham, I mean, again, I feel like he's gonna be if Ejiro comes back next season, which I don't know if he'll be back next season. I feel like Mason Graham will be interior. Like he'll be an interior lineman. I don't see him being an outside edge rusher in the NFL. I think he will be a 3 technique DN in the NFL. Like I don't see him being like a because he's big, man. Like Paul's like he's a bigger, he can create pass rush. I wouldn't be mad at the pick, but man, I think you need somebody coming off that fucking edge, man, that can bend and that can also play a little bit of linebacker as well. Because you need that. You don't have you literally don't have nobody that like with the Michael Parsons-esque type style on your defense.
Right.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
go that guy. It's just something about him that just screams to me. That ain't
yeah,
it.
I'll go
I'm
Alabama.
not.
Hey,
I'm
like
not
Wade
feeling
said,
that.
that's the closest you're gonna get to Parsons, bro. And like he's a hybrid, meaning we need an edge. Obviously, we need linebacker.
But
Hell,
that's the thing. I don't see the first edge in this class falling past 5. There's no way an edge don't go
Parsons.
top
That's the
5.
closest thing we're gonna get to Parsons. So I think
For me
Carter is
personally,
the
I've
pick,
watched his
man.
games.
If he's there, we gotta take him.
Got to.
But
I
bottom
think
line,
we
if
He's
he's
got to.
there, if we
not,
stick with 7, we gotta take him, man. We
But we
gotta
don't
he
even
get
know
him,
what
man.
defense we running next year. That's the crazy
he not,
part about it.
he not gonna
Don't
do
even
that.
matter. It don't
No,
even
but
matter.
Gyro, I don't think
You
he
can
gonna.
plug
I
him
don't
in
think
any
he gonna get
defense.
fired,
Right.
but I
Any
don't think he
defense.
should be
Yeah, because he's
because
an
I
outside
mean,
linebacker, really considered. So
but I don't. I
Do y'all
think
think we
like
return
that's what
Pat
I keep
Thomas?
telling y'all. I think Graham is going. I mean, the guy from Penn. I think he's gonna get picked in the top 5. Just personally, like I
Yeah.
think he's gonna
No,
get picked in it, and I see the Patriots taking him. Like I personally, because they're gonna trade back. And I'm just saying,
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't I
think they're
don't
gonna
see
take Travis Hunter.
I don't see a defensive I don't see a draft class where a defensive end doesn't go top 5,
Right, that's what I'm saying
man.
because the Patriots, bro, they're gonna trade back. They're not.
Patriots are listen. This is okay. It's in the top 5. The Patriots are going to take Travis Hunter, bro. I like Christian. I hear what you're saying, but Travis Hunter is too special of a talent at wide receiver or at corner. He's a
oh yeah.
generational type player.
But this
You
is
Yeah,
the
they're gonna take him.
you
Patriots.
cannot hold on, Christian. Let me make my point first, and why I think that Abdul will be on the board there for us, right? I don't think that they're going to pass up on an opportunity to bring Travis Hunter in. It doesn't matter what. Listen, that motherfucker showed you yesterday. Even though Colorado got belt to ass, Travis Hunter showed you yesterday that he's an elite wide receiver and he's an elite corner in the NFL, bro. It doesn't matter where you draft him at. He's going to be good at either one, right? So for the Patriots, they're not passing up on the possibility to draft a generational talent type player. They're not going to do that. At number 2, you got the Titans. They're probably going quarterback. They need quarterback bad. They already have a number 1 wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. They already have Pollard at running back. They're going to go quarterback. Will Levis is not the answer in Tennessee.
Or
I
they could
think
go
they're
Sam
going Cam.
Darnold in
They're
free
going
agency.
or they could do that. Now, if there's any team that will trade back, maybe it's Tennessee. Maybe they trade back because they need some pieces on defense as well, right? And then you're sitting like with the Cleveland Browns next. They're going offensive line. They're going Will Campbell from LSU. He's the best offensive tackle in the draft. They need offensive line. They have too much money wrapped up in Deshaun Watson. They're probably going to give Watson one more year. I can see that. Or they
Well,
may
I'm
bring
hearing
in a.
they're going wide receiver. That's what I heard. They're going wide
Well, you
receiver.
already have Jerry Judy. I mean, you don't
They don't look at
necessarily
him as
like.
a number one,
He not
dog.
under contract.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying they could. Jerry Judy played well this season. I
No,
think you can
Jerry
sign
Judy is
him.
under contract, but they going
No,
wide
I don't
receiver.
think a wide
this is
receiver
his
is
last
going in the
season.
top 5.
This is
I
last
don't
season
see
last
that.
contract.
I,
I don't see that. They're going offensive line. They're going Will Campbell from LSU, right? And then you have
Or
the
this is the thing too. They could take the cornerback from Michigan too, man. They need defensive help. Um,
Well, yeah and no, but also you got to remember too, Callahan is an offensive line. He came from the Cleveland Browns. He's an offensive lineman coach. So that's for the Titans. That's why I said they may go offensive line because he is an offensive line coach. He came from offensive line. I'm just
well, I
this the
mean, he
type.
came from the Bengals and they didn't have an offensive line at all.
Yeah, but no, he came from the Browns, I believe. Wasn't he the
Now,
Browns?
Callahan, the coach, you talking about the coach of the Tennessee Titans? He came from
He
the
did come from
Bengals. He was
Bengals.
the Bengals
Right,
offensive coordinator.
right. But our
They
offensive
had
line
no
has
O
been a
line at
problem.
all.
Yeah, but O line has been a problem with Tennessee versus quarterback. I think they're gonna go stick with Will Levis, and I think they're gonna go offensive line.
I don't know, man. I think that they need
And
quarterback help bad, bro.
they
Like
do,
they
but
need and again, if they don't go quarterback, I can see them trading back. And then you have the
yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars. I
Oh,
mean,
they taking
they're on the
Travis.
board. They need a little bit of everything. Maybe
Yeah,
they
they'll take
go,
him.
defensive line. That's something that I feel like they could be potentially going defensive
They
line.
need O line for real.
Yeah,
That's
like
been their
they
problem.
might go. I can see Mason Graham, potentially going there because they need
Oh,
more. They need more defensive help on the front, and that's what they need. Everything else is pretty much solidified. They have their number one wide receiver in Thomas.
They don't
Thompson.
have a running back though.
They have Tank Bigsby, man, is good enough. Him and ETN, if ETN does go somewhere, Tank, they got Tank Bigsby. They're good there. They have their number one wide receiver. Trevor Lawrence, you just paid him money. He's not going anywhere. So at the end of the day, I can see them potentially going on the defensive side of the ball too. And which leaves us, man, right there with potentially like the Jets. They're probably going cornerback. They need more cornerback help opposite of Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner actually was hurt a lot this year. He was hurt a lot. Like, he was hurt a lot this season, man. So I can see Will Johnson potentially going there. But Abdul, to me, if I'm looking at what the Panthers' necessary needs are right now, I can see Abdul being somebody that we have to pick. We need a disruptor on the defensive side of the ball. You need that. And then the rest of the draft, I'm not spending any picks on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not doing that right now. Maybe later in, maybe if you know something down the line, but my first 3 picks is on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going DN, I'm going linebacker, I'm going corner, and I'm even going safety at some point in this. And I'm going up. This to me is a Matt Rule type of draft. We got to
figure out what you're gonna do to running back, because right now we can't run it by himself.
But Blackshear. You got running. You can pick up a
Blackshear had an opportunity to show what he can do, and he did nothing.
He didn't get no touches. He didn't get no touches today. They didn't give him the ball.
He clearly got some touches. Look at it,
bro. He probably had about 6 attempts. Let me pull it up.
Westfall did have some touches, and when
Blackshear had twice, 8 attempts. 8 attempts today for 20 yards.
I can tell you them 4 first attempts was awful. He was the hole was right there. He literally ran back and got tackled. He did it twice, which is why Dave Canales went away from the run, because this dude kept running back. He was on some Miles Sanders shit. It was stinky.
But running back,
get that nigga off the book too. Get that nigga off the book next year too.
You got to get him out the way.
But it was some stinky behavior. I can't get mad at Dave Canales with these dudes. These dudes were just trash. He looked like I was looking like, Dave, I gave you a hard time all season. Throw that bitch. Because clearly.
It was an absolute fucking debacle today. So the question I want to ask everybody, man, I'm going to go around. Shout out to everybody pulling up, man, to the live. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is the question, man. So we're sitting right now, 4-12? 4-12, 7 pick in the draft. Cap space might be a thing, may not be a thing. I'm not sure. But if you miss out on T. Higgins, or what do you do? Like, if you miss out on T. Higgins, what do you do?
Then I would go trade for a wide receiver, because
we don't have no trade assets, though, man.
Yes, we do.
Lie to me. I go get your boy that's in Miami. In Miami. What's the name?
At the second, bro, I would trade that second round pick. I'm like, dog, look, I feel you, but dog, to get a top 10 wide receiver for a second round pick,
I'm getting Waddle. I'm going to go get Waddle from the Dolphins.
I'm not getting Waddle. He get hurt too much. I would go get, because Garrett Wilson has been saying he want out, and Garrett Wilson is definitely wants out, and
they ain't let Garrett Wilson go.
Nah, because you got to remember, I don't even think Devontae Adams is under contract for another year.
Nah, he's not.
They're gonna re-sign him. Trust me. Aaron Rodgers is staying.
Aaron Rodgers probably not gonna be there though, man.
He gonna be there. They have it, bro. Look, his contract. He gonna be there. He's under contract. They cannot get out of his contract till after 2 years from now. He got to play the full contract.
Who you talking about?
Contract is the Aaron Rodgers contract. They're gonna keep him. They're not gonna take that cap hit in New York.
I thought Aaron only had a 2-year deal.
No, he had a 3-year deal.
Yeah, I thought he had 2 years.
No, he got 3. He got 2 more now. He got one.
No. I think he only signed 2 years, dog.
Yeah,
he's on the contract next season.
No, he got hurt last year. He got hurt last year on the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell y'all right now.
He signed a 2-year, $50 million a year deal.
Yeah.
but he signed
No,
an
he signed a
extension.
3-year,
Yeah, his
112
deal.
million.
Yeah, Christian is right, man. He is under contract next season, but his cap hit is his base salary is only $2,500,000. So
Oh
they,
yeah, he done.
But
yeah,
they
so they
getting
can
the
get rid of
money
him
back though.
for pennies.
Yeah, that's it's so it's a 2-year deal. Like it's really a 2-year deal.
Yeah,
They
he
can
is
cut
under
ties with
contract for
him.
next season.
Yeah,
And
because he
then,
making
well,
over.
he's
He not
actually under
gonna play for
contract
that.
for 2026, but 2026 is a void year, so they can let him
Yeah,
go
it's a
for
2-year. Yeah,
nothing.
it's pretty. It's a 2-year deal. If he only on 2.5 million next season, it's a 2-year deal. So they gonna cut ties with him. They gonna go get a quarterback because the Jets they forward what they sitting at right now in the
The
draft
Jets
order.
stupid. Let me tell you something.
The
They ain't
Jets,
smart,
they're
bro. They
sitting at
stupid. They gonna continue with that dude. Y'all, man.
I
Y'all
Yeah,
hope
must don't know
not.
they
the
continue.
Jets. Y'all must don't know the Jets, dog. They stupid. They
Now old
continue
ass
with them,
quarterback who obviously
bro.
he
Trust
can't
me,
play.
come
You
on.
know.
They
And that's it.
re-signed Ryan Fitzpatrick and was going forward with his
They'll
ass.
they'll
Trust me.
bring they'll bring Sam Darnold back before they re-sign Aaron
Nah,
Rodgers.
Sam Darnold ain't coming back to that. He ain't going.
Shit, they offer him that bag. Shit, because like I say, they
Man,
cut ties with Rodgers this year. Again, they
Shit,
don't owe him no money for next
they might go
season.
get Kirk Cousins.
Shit,
nah,
there
they
you
ain't
go.
gonna
They
get
might go
Kirk
get
Cousins
him.
because Kirk Cousins he ain't gonna be able to get off the books until after next season.
Nah,
Nah,
Man, Kirk
they
getting
already
cut.
talking about cutting him, man, this
Yeah,
offseason.
they
Kirk Cousins
they
is going to the
They say
Raiders.
like 30 million or something. They cut that nigga before like March or something like that. 10,
Yeah.
10 million, something like
yeah.
that.
It just be like the Russell Wilson deal, but they can get they'll move on from him now.
Yeah,
You know
they're gonna
these
move on.
teams,
Kirk
guys.
Cousins won't be in Atlanta next year.
You know these teams they when
Maybe
they got
maybe the Jets go get Justin Fields.
yeah
I would
they can
do
go
or
that
that if
route
they
too.
just do. They should do that. But
it depends
I
on
think
who the
he
Yeah,
gonna.
coach
Aaron
is.
Rodgers ain't gonna be there next year. He won't
It
be
depends on who the
the
coach
Jets.
is, but I got a feeling that Mike Vrabel is going to be the coach of the Jets next. I
Oh,
think they're going to
Garrett
go
Wilson
get
definitely
Vrabel.
gone then.
Hey, the question is
Tell you
Andy
that
Dalton gonna
right
be here
now.
next year as the backup?
I
No,
mean, you might as well sign him You might as well.
I
At
don't
this
Nah,
think
that's
I
point,
what
he
mean,
they
so.
already
depends
do.
on
knows.
if the number right. 1 year, I would sign him for like a 1 year,
I don't
$5
think
million
so.
dollar deal.
I
You
think
know,
he gonna resign. I think he gonna go to the Vikings in time because
1 year deal to come in and back Bryce up. And still to coach him up with the veteran. In the locker room. Hey, 1 year deal for $5 million. You can't beat that. You know that.
Do you make a move on Clowney?
You got
Oh
to get him off.
yeah.
You got to get him gone.
You got Clowney got to go, man. And I love Clowney. I love him as a player. He's from Rocky. I follow Clowney's career. I love Clowney, but man, at this point, he just
You got a
basically
solid
baiting his
piece.
time till he out the league.
Oh,
He's not
you got a
giving us
solid piece.
nothing.
but I wouldn't
Uh,
get rid of him because you know why? I
You
think
got
he
a
was
solid piece.
dumb on trying to make him
well, he
the
gonna have to
guy, but
restructure
you got
then.
to make him a
Yeah.
rotational piece.
And he only got
That's
like
But
on the
he
right.
only got like
franchise. That's a
30 million
franchise
a year,
But with
fault.
bro.
what we paying him
'Cause
though, if he don't restructure, we can't pay him that next season because he's not
And he
giving
only
us
get
that
like
kind of
20 million.
production.
right, well, I would restructure him though, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
get
you got
rid
to.
of him.
You got.
I
That's the
think
only way
he's a good
Clowney comes back if
rotational
on a
piece
restructured
though.
deal, man. But he
But
he
but
not giving us enough to pay him. I think he signed a 2-year, $20 million deal, if I'm not
Yeah,
I don't
something
mistaken.
think
like
that was
that.
a bad deal for what he's done this year.
Man,
I
I
just
mean,
think he
listen,
ain't
man.
been.
No, it's
But come on, the
it,
defense been depleted. I think we had a whole
You
everybody been
know,
healthy.
a trade
I
candidate
think it
that I
would have
would
been a
trade for
better.
right now. I'm going to
What's
get
up?
Cortland Sutton from the Broncos.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to get
Don't
Cortland
get
Sutton from the Broncos.
don't get none
yeah,
of
they
them
ain't gonna let
Bronco
him. They ain't gonna let
receivers.
him go, man. They ain't
They
Don't
gonna
got a
let
let him
lot of
none
go.
of
young
them.
wide receivers that turning up for him, man. Mims, because you remember he was talked to trade. He been on the trade market for a minute. Like
Come on,
I'm going to
Wavez.
get Cortland
Now, I
That
Sutton.
would, I would,
sounds.
put- I would
Come on,
reverse
Wavez. That
that
sounds
though.
cheap,
I wouldn't trade it, bro. I would just go pay Jared Judy, bro.
bro.
I'm
Jerry
paying.
Judy's already signed with
Now
the Browns.
he's not playmaking enough for what Carolina needs.
Bro, that's what I'm
Like
Man,
saying. Look, I'm
but
sorry. I'm going to
you
get
telling me
T.
to
Higgins.
trade?
That's
You talking
that.
about trade?
It
You
is
talking
T.
about trade? I'm
Higgins
not trying to give
or
up no more trade capital for no players, bro. Every time we got trade capital, it never works, bro. I'm not doing it anymore.
that's because we
I'm
don't
paying
get the
somebody.
right guy when we go trade for somebody. That's what I'm
Man, don't that
saying. You
shit
go
seem like the right guy every time? And they don't be
no,
the right guy.
no. If you go do cheap, if you do cheap things, you get cheap results. So
And
you
you
can't.
said, didn't you just say give up a second round pick? That ain't cheap.
Oh, for Garrett Wilson, that's worth it. There's nobody in the draft in the
Man,
They're
second
not
round
gonna
gonna be
give. Yeah,
better
they're
than
not gonna
Garrett.
let Garrett Wilson go for that.
But Bro,
Not a second
he ain't
round
getting
pick.
no first. He ain't gonna get. You not getting the first of Garrett Wilson. You
Garrett
not,
Wilson, young man, he a top receiver in this
bro. But
league.
you not
Wilson
gonna
is
get. There's nobody giving up a first for Garrett Wilson.
bro. I'm telling you, they're not gonna let him go for less than that.
Man, honestly, I
He's
don't
a
feel like
first
they're
round
strong,
talent,
man.
and he's
They'll
proven
get a
he's been
second
productive in
round.
the league.
If he
But
can't
dog,
beat you off the
y'all, when
route,
he
bro, he's
wants to
not
trade
doing
it,
nothing.
he
He's
wants
not
out.
strong enough.
Yeah, he wants out because of the quarterback, man. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't
Right.
had a good quarterback since he's been with the Jets.
Yeah, he
Like
has.
we've seen what he's done, the numbers that he
So
put
what's
up
gonna
with.
happen when Bryce don't give him the ball for 3 games? He's gonna be
You
crying
know
to
what I'm
get you over
saying?
there.
I don't even think
Nah,
Garrett
again. I don't
Wilson
even
ain't
think.
like that.
listen. When they
Nah.
brought in Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, man, you saw a turn in his behavior, man, and his
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
engagement once they
because
brought
again, the
Devontae.
Jets they didn't need a wide receiver.
They
They
did.
didn't
Right.
need a
That's
He
wide
not
only
what
receiver.
their
did it to make
problem
Aaron
was.
Rodgers happy.
Yep.
That's
And
all
let's
he
Right.
see
did.
how
But
that backfired on him. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 interceptions today. Looked terrible. He been looking
he
terrible
looked
all
horrible,
year.
man.
Right.
I
He's
think
done.
he's
Like I said,
done.
he's done
Saying.
He's
in New
done.
York.
He's done. Aaron Rodgers is finished as a quarterback in the NFL.
He been
He's
done.
he's done.
Is it time for is it time for my boy Shaq to call it quits? Shaq
Yeah.
Thompson.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't
Shaq
think
need
we
to go
don't
ahead and
even
sit
need
it
him
down.
on the salary. Yeah, like
You
Yeah,
gotta
bro.
sit
when
it
he
I don't
got
down.
want
hurt,
him on the team.
I think that spelled the end of his days in Carolina anyway, man. I mean, at this point, Shaq is probably the only piece left from you know the Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis era. I think you got to get Shaq up out of here too.
I
Like
think
guys,
definitely.
let's keep it all the way 100, right? Like about the Panthers and where they are right now. Listen, we're in a place where you can't afford to make any more bad decisions.
Yep.
You just can't. You can't make any more bad decisions in the draft. You can't make any more bad decisions in free agency. You need cornerstone pieces to help speed up this rebuild, right?
Will Trevor Wallace start next year?
Yes.
I don't know. I can't even
I
say.
think with what we have, I mean, because
Did Shaq Thompson return next year?
You
Trevor
said
Wallace
who?
actually played pretty decent.
Did Shaq Thompson return next year? That's the
I don't
question.
think he should.
Like,
I
well,
don't.
we should sign him or like what you saying?
I'm saying no. He's under contract. Like Shaq Thompson is under contract next season, but I think you got to cut him, man. Like I think that he's not that injury, man. And then again, because didn't Shaq Thompson what he tore his Achilles or was it a knee injury?
this the second year in a row he done got injured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the season. Like I just don't think that he can
So
hold up. I don't think
his
he can
body I
hold
think
up in.
is broke down.
But
So
what all I'm saying is we need some pieces to come back to hold over to next year. You're not gonna be able to fill all these gaps in one season.
right, that's
No,
true.
you can't. But you can't fill all the gaps in one season. But you have to be able to do this at least. You have to make a move to bring in a piece that you can build on. You need pillar pieces here in Carolina. You
I
don't
think
have
Shaq
that
would
right
be
now. Like to
true. I
me, a
think
pillar
Shaq would be
piece,
one of those
yeah,
ones where we could probably restructure his deal if he willing to restructure,
You
right?
know
To be
what?
able to add some more space, man. If he willing to, because he want to end his career off right, and if Shaq come back for the right number, we restructure the and we to go get some more pieces as Wade was talking about. Yes, he can come back in that scenario only. But if he's gonna want to keep,
Can we order
But why
defensive draft?
waste cap space on that?
well, I'm
We
just
need
saying,
we need
it's
D-line.
because like my man just said, you're right. We can't fill all our holes in one offseason. We know that. We can't fill all holes. We got a lot of holes that we got to fill, defensive
And we
side
gotta
and
go. We
offensively.
gotta go. Yeah, we gotta. That's not. That's all I'm saying. We can't leave our offense. And we need a receiver. That's just.
Right. We got to have a receiver. We need. I feel like
Oh my
we need
God.
some
A
more
backup
offensive
running
line
back.
help. We need another running back. We can't just depend on Chuba for forever, right? We can't.
Yeah, no.
He can't be our bell cow, and again, because obviously when he go out the game,
But the running back
we see
only
today we got nobody else at this point.
running back
Um,
only gonna be a 1 year rental though because we banking on Jonathan Brooks coming back. We should have set him the whole year. This
yeah,
ain't
they
no
should
sense to play that kid, bro.
they should just let him. Yeah, they should just let him set because again, it was no point. But they was banking on Brooks to be him and Chuba to be the 1-2 combo. Obviously, Brooks is out, so we need another running back though.
Yeah, but with Brooks, you probably won't see him till mid 2026, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's
It's gonna be
not.
a while.
It's going. Yeah, we won't. I don't think we're going to see him next season. And if we do, it'll
No,
probably
we
be so
gonna see
late in the
him.
season where it wouldn't even make sense for him to come back anyway. So
We'll pay
I
attention
just
to it.
I just don't think I'm not really worried about the running back position. Like, granted, listen, you have your starter. You can draft somebody late in the draft if you necessarily need to do that, or get a free agent running back. Hell, bring Amir Abdullah back here to Carolina. Like, I mean, like I feel like that was somebody the Panthers should have kept around on this team. Like, I'm not worried about the running back position. What I'm
Shit, the
saying
way the
is
running
that
back game looked
The
today,
Bucks,
why
the
wouldn't
Bucks showed us that you can draft a
Yeah,
running
bro.
back.
I'm sorry.
what
We need
Yes,
some
you have.
real running
what
backs,
what
that
I'm
man.
running
saying?
game
Listen,
today
guys,
looks
listen.
fucking terrible?
If Chuba Hubbard would have played today, we wouldn't have been saying this, man.
But you can't keep
No,
saying
Like,
I've been
Chuba
like,
saying
Hubbard.
that the
He
whole
got to get
season,
some
though.
help.
yeah,
He
like.
can't just be on Chuba.
I mean,
I've
you
been
have
Gotta
a
have
saying
thousand
that
that.
1
yards
2.
rusher. You don't need to invest a lot of stock into the running back position. Like, I'm not worried
But
about,
get
like, you
some
just need
good
somebody that
guys.
can be a good 1-2 punch to him.
If
That's all.
Chuba
That's all
Hubbard
you
goes
need.
down, which he did, nobody is to back him up. Who the fuck was running today? No fucking body.
I
Look, get
understand that. I'm
Foreman
saying that
back
you
in
can go
here.
get a backup running back, but you don't need to invest a lot in the backup running back position. Like, you don't. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't need to overpay for a free agent running back. You
No, we
don't
need to
need to.
overbuild this motherfucking roster. It ain't about overpaying. We need to overbuild this motherfucking roster because when one man goes down, the next man is supposed to be up, but the motherfucker can't get up. Pause. The shit
Right.
is a shit show. We have not had a good roster for the past 8 years. We need to build on top of build. I'm sick of this shit every time.
So
I'm with
Well,
I'm with
nigga,
Nigga Nation on that. Because
he fed
I'm
up,
with
man.
but Nigga Nation,
Fed up.
I'm with you because when the Browns running backs go down, they got another one coming in. So they running
well,
game always straight. So
well, hold
that's why
on,
I'm
guys.
saying,
Hold on. Let me say to get this thought out. What I'm talking about, cornerstone pieces. If you look at every team that was in the dumps like the Panthers are right now, but are contending, and it took years for them to do it, they brought in a big piece every year, a big piece, and a big piece for the Panthers would be landing somebody like a T. Higgins or landing one of the premier free agents out there. Because again, we need everything. We're not just a wide receiver away. We're not just a backup running back away. We're not just a top 7 pick away. We need a lot of pieces, but you're going to have to hit on something this offseason that you, like you said, nigga nation, that you can build on. You're going to either have to bring in a premier wideout. That pick with the number 7 is going to have to be an elite talent. You need a cornerstone piece this offseason. You just can't afford it. You went too many years without having that because you were super cheap in free agency and you've been mediocre at best in the draft. So this offseason, you're going to have to make a big fucking move. Yeah, you won't be able to fix the entire team in one offseason, but the Panthers, somebody said it earlier, you got to swing for the fucking fences. You got to. I
yeah,
don't fuck the money, fuck
that's what I
the
said.
shit or whatever the case may be. You're going to have to swing on something big, and you got to hit on it. You can't. We gave up a ton for Bryce Young for our franchise quarterback, but it wasn't enough. Now you're going to have to swing big again. You're going to have to, because if at the rate that we're at right now, if we keep taking the approaches that the Panthers have taken with the offseason, y'all, this team is not going to be good until 2030. It's not going to be good until 2030. No, you need to make big fucking moves. What did the Houston Texans do? They knew that they needed a franchise quarterback and they knew that they needed a cornerstone defensive place. So what did they do? They traded back up, gave away more draft assets to draft at 2 and 3 back-to-back picks. They got their cornerstone DN of the future and they got their quarterback in the future in one draft. The Panthers need a move like that. You need a cornerstone, franchise-altering offseason. You need it because this team is so deprived of talent, you can't play the long game. You can't. You can't play the long game. This team doesn't have anything. Nobody on our team right now. We probably don't have no Pro Bowlers this season. Our only Pro Bowler may be Chuba Hubbard. Outside of that, nobody's a Pro Bowler. Chuba Hubbard is our only Pro Bowler. You need to make a franchise-altering off-season. That doesn't mean that you're going to fix the entire team in one off-season, but you need to swing for the big guns. When free agency opens, the Panthers need to be on the phone with all of the top fucking free agents. They need to be on the phone in the draft. Once we figure out our draft pick, they need to be on the phone with other fucking goddamn teams to see what the fuck they will be willing to give up to move to number 7. Swing for the fucking fences. We're going to have to go in for at least 2 game-changing players this offseason on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
you're going to have to do it.
We got to do so. Focus area receiver. That's one, and defense, and we need a pass rush. If we can,
if you come away with that, if you come away with this offseason with a good DN and a good wide receiver, that is a phenomenal offseason. If you can get a T. Higgins and you can draft an Abdul, those are cornerstone pieces that you can continue. Listen, to build any foundations, you have to have pillars.
Then we get D. Burns back, Derek Brown back.
Right.
So yeah, man. That's what we need to focus on this offseason, fellas. A receiver, number 1 receiver, and pass rush. DN, someone that can rush the passer. If we can knock those 2 things out, and then build the rest of the roster.
I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down defensive tackle, 2nd and 3rd round. Fuck it.
Another D tackle.
So Wavez. So our cap space that we would have is $34 million in cap space. That's without pushing any money back. So that's without pushing any money back. So we could potentially push back Taylor Moton, Robert Hunt.
$34 million is still probably ranked like 20th in the NFL.
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly 20th.
That's not even so I mean 30 million. You got to remind half of that is going to be going to signing draft picks. It's not even that's not even 30 million is not a lot of money, man, to really.
That's why I said we're gonna restructure. Yeah, that's why I said we're gonna restructure Damian Lewis, Derek Brown, Robert Hunt, and Taylor Moton.
You got to get Xavier Woods off the books too.
Yeah.
You got to get it. I think if we cut him, they said it will save us like $7 million in cap space or something like that. You're like.
Well, it looks like this whole defense is going to be completely different. That's what it looks like.
It has to be.
Well, DC got to go.
Yeah, it's definitely going to look a lot different than what we.
It has to be.
Yeah, it definitely got to be because, like I said, 530-something yards today in the NFL game is insane, man. But again, is Jaro? He don't have a lot to work with, fellas. With the pieces that's out there.
Take this
one. So
I get the pieces, man, but the style of defense and playing is not working.
Tell her to find what she was looking
for. Well, we were top 10 last year in defense.
Yeah, total defense.
Yeah, we were top 10. So it's not. And we ran the same scheme but we just had better players. Like that's the difference.
I mean, you had Luvu, you had Burns right there. That's a combined of almost 17.
Right, you had Burns, Luvu, man, and Chin.
Listen, though, you gotta think
D Brown.
So they can force feed Mike Evans, bro. What sense does that make?
What do you mean though? You didn't have nobody that could guard him. CLT.
I'm gonna put Mike Jackson on him and double his ass.
Mike Jackson was getting fried by McMillan, the rookie.
Bro, no, the Taylor Falls nigga was getting fried. That nigga was getting torched the whole game.
Oh, yeah, he's trash. And he was a top 10 corner coming out when the Titans drafted him.
Yeah, he sucks. I don't even know why he's on the roster. So let me ask you guys this question. So while we're on Evero, do y'all think that he comes back, or do you think that we really need to make a change at defensive coordinator?
I say put some talent around him and see what can happen because he hasn't really had he has had talent. Let's get that. Let me rewind that. He had better talent on the defensive side last year than he did this year. So if you put more talent on here on this defense, then shit. I'll give him one more year, but I really don't like that 3-4 shit. I really don't.
Defensive coordinator shit, he would have retained talent last year. He was able to persuade Fergie Lou to stay, but he lost.
Man, it was a change in owner. It was a change in the regime. He couldn't have said nothing. Like
But I'm talking
Hell,
about
they changed the GM
if
and
you're
the
such a
coach.
great mind, if you're such a great mind, if your defensive coordinator is so great, you're gonna stay regardless of the regime. The nigga is not it, bro. I
What
don't I
about
don't see it.
you, Christian? How you feel? Who do you think we should keep him or get rid of him?
Yeah, we should keep him. I mean, I think it's unfair. You literally took all the defensive players and everybody got hurt. What you want him to do? Like, he can't go out there and tackle. He's calling the right coverage and they ain't tackling. You like, what you want him to do? Like, seriously, he called a whole good coverage and they missing tackles, missing the block. Clowney didn't get the sack. I
He jumped
mean,
off sides today too, in a bad
bro.
offside.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. Well, how can y'all blame this man in this defense? It's been putrid. They like, bro, you can't blame him for this. Because look what he did
Absolutely
last
not.
year. Look what he
Right.
did last year. When
With
he
some
got the
talent.
pieces, he can
Yep.
do it. He plugged and played some guys that wasn't. We didn't think that was all that, and he made
Derrick
them look
Brown had the
great.
best season of his career.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I'm on the side of y'all. I don't think that Ejiro, man, we should get rid of him unless he decides to leave. I don't like again, man. I think that he's a good defensive, coordinator. He was a good defensive coordinator when he came here, and I still think, man, for what he's been, the cards he's been dealt, he's done solid, right? What we're seeing out there on the defense this year, man, is just a product of not having any talent whatsoever on that side of the ball. So I'm leaning with y'all. I think that you got to keep Ejiro. I think it's too soon to get away. Now, if he decides to leave, then so be it. But because honestly, if I was him, I probably would want to leave anyway. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If I'm him, I'm not staying unless the Panthers is trying to, up my salary a little bit more. I'm getting the fuck up out of Carolina, man. This is just not a place that I would want to play for. Like, even if I'm in the draft, like seriously, like I'm in the draft and I'm a top pick, or if I'm in the top 10, like I'm hoping the Panthers don't draft me, man. Like, and I don't know what y'all saying about the team and this, that, and the third, but guys, like it hasn't been good here, man, for a long time. The Panthers are about to pass the drought of the longest playoff years with playoff. I think the drought is 8 years of teams missing the playoffs. We're about to pass that. Like we haven't been relevant.
Denver Denver hasn't been, so they.
Yeah, but I know that they haven't been. But what I'm saying is that we're on the path. We're on the path to this pretty much being us. So I mean, at this point, man, all I want to see the Panthers do with this offseason, we got the last game of the season next week. All I want to see the Panthers do is go and get 2 cornerstone pieces this offseason. You need 2 game changers. You have to do it. Every rebuilding team has done it. Nobody, like, literally, I can name any team. They've done it. The Houston Texans were irrelevant 3 years ago. 2 seasons ago, there wasn't even a relevant team. They were picking in the top 5. There wasn't even a relevant team. But what did they do? They stayed aggressive in the offseason. They stayed aggressive in the draft. That's what we have to do. Detroit Lions, years and years of being bad, taking all of these top picks. Our problem is we've been bad for years, but we haven't been a sound organization. The decisions that we've made have set us back even further because we've missed on draft picks. We've done bad in free agency. We've done bad in ownership in the front office. There's been too much change going on. So because of that, if you really think about it, this really should be the year that the Panthers should be a contending team. If we go back to when we really should have been good before we made all of the moves, we should be seeing the fruit of our labors pay off now if we wouldn't have made so many terrible mistakes. Because let's be honest, guys.
Oh, my God.
We've, like, seriously, 5 years ago, or 2020, in 2020, when Matt Rule took over the team, when we took over the team, that was supposed to be our rebuilding year. We were supposed to be, this is the time that we should have been seeing the fruits of our labors from when the rebuild started back in 2020, when Matt Rule took over the team.
Yep.
But we were too impatient, right? We went to go sign a Teddy Bridgewater who wasn't shit. You
Should
know
have
what I'm
kept
saying?
Cam for that. You
You know,
should have kept
you
Cam.
brought back you could, and if you were going to do that, you should have kept Cam Newton for one more year. At least let him finish his career here. You could have lived with. Think about with the with how many quarterbacks we've gotten rid of. You could have kept Cam Newton, and he could
Cam
have gave
Newton
you
had
the
a
same
better
production,
season than a better season
right?
when he was
Or at
playing in
minimum,
New
give you the
England.
same kind of production.
Yep.
At minimum, you're picking back in the top 5 again every year. But you've been doing that in the top 10. But you've been doing that every year anyway. Without you saying Sam Darnold gave up on him too soon. You know, you didn't put
No,
enough
that was the
around
right
him.
decision.
You didn't put enough around him. Then you go sign a Baker Mayfield. Didn't have anything around him. Then you trade away a Christian McCaffrey. You traded away. I'm telling you right now, I would have never given up DJ Moore in that Chicago Bear trade for the number 1 pick.
Yes.
I would have never given up DJ Moore. Listen, I wouldn't have made the move if that's what they required.
They would have said DJ Moore would have hung up the phone.
I would have never given up DJ Moore in that trade.
They wanted Brian Burns first. We just opened up our mouths and said we wanted.
Let's keep it going. The Los Angeles Rams offered you 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns. You turned it down.
Yep.
You turned it fucking down. And you had to settle for bullshit with the New York Giants when you made the trade. You had to settle for that.
Yep.
You had to
And
settle.
Got more for
You had to settle for what the San Francisco 49ers gave you for Christian McCaffrey. You settled for this shit. So instead of being in year 4 or 5 of a rebuild, you are basically in year 2 of a rebuild. And now you're sitting here with more questions than you have answers right now. You still have a lot of questions that need to be answered. A lot. So that's why, in my eyes, you have to be overly aggressive this offseason. But they have to be moves that you know are going to pay dividends. You can't be overly aggressive on bullshit. You have to hit on these moves. Like, honestly, the Panthers got a pick in every draft this year. This shit sounds crazy, but if I'm leading this team, like, seriously, because we need so many pieces so bad, bruh, I'm trading back into the first round. I'm picking at 7, and I'm trading back into the first round. I am. I'm trading back into it. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting to have the leftovers.
We kind of did that. We kind of did it this past draft.
Well, no, you didn't, because you didn't have a number 1 pick anyway.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You didn't do that. You didn't do that because you didn't have a number 1 pick.
You made a mistake.
I'm talking about having a pick in the first round, but also trading back in to get another first round pick.
Oh, you want to do what we did with Jeff Ota and Jonathan Stewart type shit, but not those type of players. I get what
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Aggressive. Be aggressive. You fuck it.
Nigga, say get me pumped.
If there's a player that's in the first round that's still on the board, nigga, I'm calling that team. Especially if it's a defensive player. I'm going to get, matter of fact, fuck it. I'm going to get Abdul, and I'm going to go get Will Johnson. I'm getting both of them motherfuckers. I'm trading back in the first just so that I can land both of them. But because what is that doing? That's showing that you're trying to accelerate the rebuild. That's what the Texans did. They accelerated their rebuild. They got their coach, they got their quarterback, they got their defensive playmaker in the same fucking season, the same offseason. You have to be aggressive. We cannot continue to be this penny pinching ass Panther team. Or I'm telling you, if we keep taking that route, this team will not be relevant until 2030. You need to be, and on top of me trading back into the first round, I'm still going to get T. Higgins. I'm paying him whatever the fuck he wants. He says, Carolina, I want 110, 90 guaranteed for 4 or 5 years, I'm dropping the bag. Fuck it. You need it. You need it. You need this shit. Stop being so fucking cheap and stop being so fucking frugal. The best teams in the NFL, bro, the Kansas City Chiefs, I give you a prime example. These niggas are the Super Bowl champions. And what do? They still go trade for DeAndre Hopkins. They still go get a Hollywood Brown. They still go get a Kareem Hunt. These niggas is winners, and they still adding pieces. These niggas are the reigning Super Bowl champions and still going to get motherfucking pieces because they know that in the NFL, if you're going to win, the Buffalo Bills, top team, what did they go do? They go get an Amari Cooper. They draft a Keon Coleman. They go get a Cook.
Yep.
They go get the tight end from Utah.
And they traded Diggs too.
Traded Stephon Diggs for
had nothing.
You have to be aggressive, bro.
Yep.
We can. That's how the Panthers are going to change. We're not going to change no other way. Be fucking aggressive. That's what I want to see from the Panthers this fucking offseason. Is aggressiveness.
The Ravens too. They went inside. They went and got Zay Flowers.
Derrick Henry. They was in the AFC Championship. These niggas were in the AFC Championship and still went to go get a Derrick Henry. The Eagles went to go get a Saquon Barkley.
Yep. And they drafted Devontae, and I think they had Jalen Hurts in the same draft. I believe.
That's what I'm saying. Stop being so fucking frugal, bro. Show the fan base you're trying to win. The fan base deserves it. The fucking fan base deserves it, bro. Show this fucking these fans that you're trying to win now.
Yep. I'm being
Show
cheap.
the fans. So my message, if anybody from the Panthers organization is watching this video, I'm telling you right now, Dan Morgan, you better be the most aggressive fucking GM this offseason. You need to land 2 premier players minimum this offseason. Premier players. I rest my fucking case, y'all. Listen, man. Look, guys, we got our ass kicked today. I've said my piece. I don't have any fucking Casey not paying top market value. I bet when you win, you can get good players cheap. We would have to overpay, but fuck it, Drip. Like respectfully, Drip. Fuck it. You're a losing team.
Right.
You think you're going to get somebody for cheap to come to Charlotte, North Carolina? You're not going to get nobody cheap to come here.
Yeah, not no more.
Right.
We could do that when we went to the Super Bowl, but Kansas City, they took a risk getting rid of Tyreek Hill and signing other top guys, they defensive players. They took a risk. That was a risk when they did that. And they recovered from that and showed you how to recover from that. And they decided we going to pay our tight end over Tyreek Hill. And they still won a Super Bowl.
Man, we just got to hit on these draft picks, man. We just got to hit on these draft picks, man. If you look at the past 5 years, the same people we drafted are not with the Panthers. So we have to fucking draft correctly. We got to get to that point. I mean, if you look at the roster, our whole team that we drafted in 2021 is fucking gone.
Yeah, they all are gone, and I ain't gonna. Well, not necessarily. 2 out of the 5 are still here.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but past 2019, excuse me, they're not here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's the frustrating part. We have got to start drafting. You gotta go start getting those dogs, like Dan Morgan said. He talking about dogs this season. I ain't seen no motherfucking dogs in that defense. And
I saw a couple of them, but
I want to see it consistently.
They all hurt.
I want to see it consistently. I don't want to see it part-time, half-ass. I want to see it consistently. That's the problem.
Yeah, they got to stay healthy too, nigga nation.
No consistency. We need consistency on this fucking team. We need consistency on this damn coaching staff. I need consistency from Canales. And it all boils down to him. What are you going to do different next year that you did last year? Because I'm telling you, this being okay with the guys, giving guys high five, I want to see him fire somebody ass up. I want to see you get mad on the sideline. Bryce figured it out. You see he get pissed off when a motherfucker don't catch that ball. You know what I'm saying? He get pissed off now. We got to see Canales step up. And my God, I'm going to say this and I'm going to be done with it. I wish he'd just say, fuck the playbook, focus on the team. Fuck the playbook, focus on the team. Because I'm tired of him just calling plays, but he don't know what the fuck going on around his whole team. He is the head coach at like it.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree with you, nigga nation. Do you think next season he should give up play calling?
No, he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that until he succeeds in doing that with the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
It's kind of see. Here's the thing. I don't want a coach who call plays. I want a coach who focuses on the whole agenda, not just calling plays. See, when you're the offensive coordinator or you're the defensive coordinator and you're the head coach and you're calling plays, your head is not everywhere around this team. Your main focus is calling them plays, either as offense or defense. I want a coach who's focused on the whole fucking team. That's what I want.
I think it can work because Bill Belichick wasn't he wasn't doing that. He left at the time and McDaniels. He wasn't in the offensive, but I understand it. I do think he should give up play calling. That's just me personally.
Yeah. Well, fellas, man, listen, I appreciate everybody pulling up to the show, man. Hell of a show today, guys. 4-12. You know what I'm saying? 4-12, guys. I mean, it ain't too much you can say about this. We got the Falcons next week.
Oof.
Probably going
probably
lost.
Come on,
I'm gonna say it. Lost.
There we go. Because Michael
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Lost. Right. Carl D, man, I'll get you on the next episode, man. You pulled up too late to the live, man. We're about to close it out. But again, guys, I mean, belt to ass today. Life goes on. Life is just a motherfucking Wave podcast, man. If you're new to it, like it, subscribe. Next week we'll end the season. We'll see where we'll go from there, man. I don't have too much hope. I'm mad at the fucking Giants today, man. They cost me my damn parlay. They beat. They cost me my parlay. They cost me my damn parlay. That's what I'm mad about today. But anyway, guys, everybody else, peace, love. Everybody have a happy new year, man. Listen, some words of wisdom, guys. 2025, don't take the problems of 2024 into the new year. Listen, whatever comes your way, you will be able to make it through whatever it is, man. Through God. Fuck all the problems you had this year. This year could have been an up and down year for you. Listen, if you alive at midnight when that clock hit 12:00, you survived the year. That's all that matters. It don't matter all the bullshit that happened this year. It's just about being alive there for it, man. So I wish everybody to be safe. Have a safe new year. Blessed 2025. More success, more life to everybody in this upcoming year, man. And I'll be bringing y'all more content, man, in 2025. So until 2025, everybody be blessed.